Hello everyone, my name is Babalpreet Kaur and my topic of the presentation is the personal hygiene practices. As we all know, it is important for maintaining the personal hygiene practices in the workplace, and moreover, it is important to prevent the cross contamination and foodborne illness. The next is the importance of personal hygiene to the food and nutritional management. As we all know, good practices leads to healthy nutritional management, and moreover, there are some government departments such as Food Safety and Quality Act ensures that all the restaurants and food department have license, as well as the food inspector, because they are responsible for maintaining the safety hazards in the workplace. The next is the concept of hygiene practices. The basic concept of hygiene practices is that to maintain the hygienic level and the cleanliness and sanitation procedures in the workplace. There are some 10 personal fundamentals that must be important, like always wash your hands and always wear neat and clean clothes and always report an illness to the manager and the supervisor. That is important. There are some person that must be responsible for maintaining the hygienic condition. The one is the supervisor and the food manager, that are responsible for maintaining the food hygienic practices. Apart from that, it is responsibility of whole team to maintain the hygienic conditions on their own level. The next is the owner and the manager, because they could set some training procedures for the worker, for knowing them the importance of hygienic practices. And in addition to that, the food handlers are responsible because they know about the foodborne illness and the effective cleaning methods, or as well as the practices that must be important for maintaining the hygienic conditions in the workplace. um, it is there it is the food hygienic checklist. Like first we have the presence of first aid kit, and we have the cleaning list, as well as we have the proper temperature setting and clean water testing results, as well as we have the pest control monitoring that must be important for maintaining the food hygiene. The next is the significance. So the basic principle involved that a clean environment help to prevent the spreading of disease. That must be useful factor and a part of food handling practices. Other includes that customer satisfaction is the key factor, and a customer always prefer the clean and neat environment for having their meals. In these slides, I want to describe about the foodborne illness. So basically, what is foodborne illness? It generally occur due to contaminated food, and also there are some factors that leads to foodborne illness, such as bacteria, viruses, and microorganisms. The most common bacteria are the norovirus, salmonella, and clostridium. Here are some food associations are that must be associated with the hygienic conditions. Like raw foods are most prone to foodborne illness, such as raw meat, fish, and poultry. Rather than that, the fruits and vegetables, if they are not washed properly, that could also be the reason for the unhygienic conditions. Next is the cross contamination. So cross-contamination act as the common reason for converting the food into unsafe conditions. There are some factors that leads to cross-contamination. The first one is the physical factors. It generally involves the reasons such as dirty hands, nails, and jewelries, and the usage of dirty utensils that leads to unhygienic conditions. Next are the biological factors, like there are some viruses and molds and parasites and bacteria that leads to the cross contamination, and they spread diseases from food to food or substances to food. The other factor is the chemical contamination. Like there are some chemicals such as that must be used for cleaning purposes, like for washing the utensils and etc. That would also leads to the cross contamination. So here are the prevention methods that must be required for cross contamination. The first one is the washing of hands. So thoroughly wash your hands to avoid the cross contamination. And the next is the utensils, plates and glasses needs to be cleaned properly for avoiding cross contamination. Uh, the next is avoid touching food with unwashed hand, because bacteria and viruses are present on the food and also on our hands. So it would be a common reason for cross contamination. And the next is the storing practices for the raw food, and temperature management needs to be done properly for avoiding cross contamination. So here is the personal hygiene. So what is the importance of personal hygiene practices? The first one is that it is the most common factor that include the disease prevention. So if we maintain the hygienic condition, that would be a great reason for preventing the diseases. Also, it reduces the effect of cross contamination and the spreading of contagious disease, and leads to a good environmental conditions that are important for our body and health. Here are these six personal hygiene factors of food handlers, that they must need to wear gloves, hat, mask, and a clean jacket, apron, safety shoes. So, what are the hygienic practices we need to follow? There are some hygienic practices, like always wash your hands before using restrooms or before touching the food, and try to wear clean and neat gloves, and always use hairnet, clean and short nails, and avoid wearing jewelry that must be suitable for handling practices. And if somehow you feel unwell, so always tell your supervisor or food manager about that. So, in this slide, I would describe the summary that we all learn in the all the slides. To sum up, we all know food safety always depend on handling practices. So it is very important to maintain the good environment conditions and always follow the training procedures for maintaining the hygienic practices. In addition to that handling practices are the responsibilities for everyone working in the place. So it is important to always follow the rules. Rather than that, we learn about the government and the food inspections, because it plays a significant role in the workplace, because all the inspections and the training procedures needs to be done for maintaining the safety hazards, and it is very important. And also we learn about the foodborne illness, cross contamination, and the importance of personal hygiene practices. In the last, there are some test questions, like foodborne illness mainly occur due to cross contamination, and the training is based on the importance of personal hygiene practices, and the is raw food is most prone to cross contamination conditions. These are the some text questions that are present in the presentations and described. So thank you.